Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. I have never been on a helicopter with Donald J. Trump. So if he says that I was scared because he was in a helicopter crash with me in New Jersey, understand that that wasn't me. Trump, when he had his Friday press conference, claimed that he was in a helicopter ride with former mayor of San Francisco, Willie Brown, and that the helicopter had to have an emergency landing. I guess some New York Times reporters questioned his story, challenged him on the facts. And Mayor Willie Brown said, "This trip never happened. I've never been in a helicopter with this guy in his life." Nico can't believe the outrage either. If there's anything that outrages my cat, it's people that tell fibs. Actually, he's not really fibbing. He just doesn't remember. So New York Times reporters push back on him, and Trump's not the kind of guy that likes to be pushed back on. So Trump is, basically yelling at them on the phone that they're wrong, and he's got flight records, and he could produce those to prove that he's right, and he's probably just going to sue the New York Times anyways. And he also said that this helicopter flight did not happen in California, it happened in New Jersey. Okay. So, California lawmaker Nate Holden, he's a former Los Angeles City Councilman and California State Senator, said that he was with former President Donald Trump in that helicopter ride that made the emergency landing. According to Holden, Willie Brown, is a short black guy living in San Francisco. I'm a tall black guy living in Los Angeles. I guess we all look alike. Ouch. Nico, you're a black cat. Do all black cats look alike? Clearly they don't. There. For those who've been asking about my cats, Nico, we've been gone all day. So this is what happens. He needs attention. And I will plop down on Dad's reading mat because I need all the attentions. All right. Further, Holden said he was in touch with Trump's team in the 1990s as Trump was trying to build on the site of the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles, a district that Holden represented at the time. Holden recalled meeting with Trump at Trump Tower before departing for Atlantic City, where they were planning to tour Trump's since-closed Taj Mahal Casino. Also aboard was Barbara Ress, Trump's former executive vice president of construction. Barbara Ress told Politico that the man on the helicopter was definitely Mr. Holden. Ress recounted on the experience where she said the helicopter landed safely in New Jersey after the pilot said they would need to make an emergency landing. She recalled Trump joking about Holden being scared on the flight, and Holden noting to Politico that it was Trump who was scared shitless. The man's memory is failing. And the worst part is he doesn't recognize it, and if you point it out to him, he gets combative. Is that the type of person we want running our country? Why isn't this the narrative of every major corporate news organization? Is it innocuous that he mistook Willie Brown for Nate Holden? Sure, it's not that big a deal. But the fact that Trump just insists that the media is wrong, insists he has data to prove that he's right, does not bluff, which is bluffing because he doesn't have it. He's just trying to bluff you into thinking, he's got more than, a deuce high in his hand. He just always bluffs, always lies, always bluffs. Or I should say, when people call him out on his lies, he bluffs to make it seem like he's got something. And I'm going to sue you because, that'll scare you and make you go away. But the fact of the matter is, there are two other people that can say, nope, Trump's wrong. Willie Brown said I wasn't there. Holden says I was, and he identified somebody else who was on the helicopter who also said Holden was there. So who's the person with the faulty memory? And it's fine. You can be faulty memory. But why are you so angry when people point it out? Why can't you accept that you make mistakes? It doesn't seem like you're the thick-skinned kind of person that Mike Johnson says you are, or that, Dr. Phil said you're a thick-skinned guy. You're not thin-skinned. You can take a little criticism. No, he can't. He's not mentally capable of doing this job. So I want to read on the energy of this story. Is this just... I'm being swatted at by a cat. Is this... I'm going to get the cat. Got his belly. I'm going to get his belly. Is this story going anywhere? I mean, I want to know what's the message that's coming out of this story. Because it's just... They savaged Biden for screwing somebody's name up. Why aren't they savaging Trump? Now, pardon me, I'm going to have to move a cat. So give me half a second. I'm going to move a chair here so he'll be on camera. He's either wanting attention or he's hungry. So we'll see what happens from there. He wanted food. Michelle walked by and he saw her out there, so he left. So sorry, all you kitten fanatics. That's all you get. That's your late Chat Noir, the Cat Noir moment. But I want to look at the energy around this and his inability to acknowledge when he makes a simple mistake. This isn't even age-related, really. You know what I mean? We all can get things wrong. You can forget things that have happened, stuff along those lines. It's your character when you've made a mistake. And this is just going to go right into the mental illness that is the narcissism of Donald Trump. Foundation of the reading, Ace of Cups. Emotionally immature. Anytime he's fact-checked, he's emotionally immature. I saw the bottom of the card, the Six of Wands. He has to always be right. He has to always be the hero of the story. He has to be on the celebrated for everything he does. You know, again, he changes the story. He says that Nate Holden was scared when he was the one who was scared. Because he can't handle that type of emotion. He has to always be, you know, the champion in his mythical world that he's created. Crossed with the Six of Coins. He can't be charitable with himself. You know, hey, you know, you made a mistake. Here's a little something. We all make mistakes. It's okay. He can't ever be this guy. He always needs to be this guy. And whenever he's in a position of vulnerability, he gets angry and emotional, and then he changes the scene. So that he's always the one on top. In the past, you got the Five of Wands, the Hillbilly Brawl card. Just chaos. And Trump is a malignant narcissist. He's got all sorts of sociopathy type issues here. But malignant narcissists, they love to live in a world of chaos. Because in the chaos, they can rise above it and be above the fray. But that's not really what I mean by that. I mean, they like to cause chaos. And they'll spread lies, which causes all sorts of chaos in here because all these people are working with bad information. Trump has the good information, which allows him to take advantage of people because he's always telling lies to other people, getting them to fight amongst themselves so that he rises above it. You know what also, I think this Five of Wands is also kind of like Trump's brain, just cross-firing and just firing and cross-firing. He can't, it's like he can't process the memories. He can't keep them straight. So they get all crossed up and tangled. And then when you point out that he's got the thing wrong, he gets all angry because, you know, he's the best, he's the smartest guy in the room. He's the hero. How could he be up with that? Look at all these sixes here. 6, 6, 6. Mark of the Beast territory here, fellas. Current situation is the Six of Swords. The current situation is he's forgetting stuff. His swords, which is about mental acuity, is going away. It's almost like, he can't. He needs his life to simplify. He needs to be in a nice, quiet place somewhere. Normally, we would say, a nice little quiet farm out in the country. Sure, why not? But he needs a place where things are calmed down, because emotionally he can't handle what's going on. Yeah, overarching energy is the Tower. He's going to have a breakdown. Now, this could end up being a stroke. This could be his heart attack. Something's going to happen. You can have the crown on top. So this is representing the head type of thing. Something's going to happen with his brain that is just going to, it's going to frazzle. You can make the argument, here's the helicopter crash, the emergency landing of the helicopter type thing that's going on. But looking at the bigger picture, he's not in control of his emotions. It's not good for his health. And his brain is scrambling more and more. He's got a family history of it. And what he needs more than anything else is just tranquility. Lesson to be learned is the Hangman. Looking at things differently or self-sacrifice. For Trump, it's going to be first off, he looks at things, he reports things differently. He reports it how he remembers it. And look at the bright light behind the man's head, illuminating thought, ideas. But his thoughts are scrambled. And emotion comes in and rearranges the memory patterns so that he's always the hero. I think, though, by his current lifestyle, he is speeding up the dementia that's going to happen. He's doing this to himself. And he can't, he's so emotionally worked up, he can't accept it. Outcome is going to be the Ten of Cups. He's going to have an emotional completion. Honestly, would he have an emotional breakdown? Possibly. Ten of Cups is about, happy family, emotional, everything working out in the end and stuff like that. But when your main cup is corrupted, it's inversed, it's reversed, it's the emotional immaturity, and you're not taking care of your mental health, that mental health is going to come back and take care of you. He doesn't remember stuff. He just doesn't. And I'd like to, for most people, they would probably be self-aware enough that they got it wrong, or trusting of people around him, they got him wrong. But he's kind of stubborn. And he's lied to himself so much that he believes the lies. The lies become the reality. Reality's left for other suckers. He doesn't have to worry about that. Will this impact his campaign at all? I mean, the media's not even reporting on it. I was just browsing through Yahoo and I came across... I saw this story a couple of days ago and just ignored it because, all right, he says Willie Brown was on a helicopter ride with him and almost crashed. Who cares? Oh, Willie Brown says he wasn't on it. Trump making stuff up again. And then somebody else goes, no, it was me. I guess we black people look alike, It's not a good look for you, Trump, just saying. Will there be any fallout? A little four-carder to see if there's some fallout from this. Seven of Coins. It really should lead to a health evaluation on him. Really, he needs to watch his health. There's that Six of Coins again, where he always has to be on top. He really needs some doctoring. He really does. He needs to be on some meds. And he needs a vacation. Who's a number of intuitives, and there's that Knight of Pentacles. He really needs a vacation. whether it's a mental health hospital or something like that. This dude needs a vacation. Things are getting difficult for him. He's struggling with his health and things along those lines. So, he needs to evaluate his health. He needs a lot of rest. But he won't listen to doctors. He needs to listen to doctors. He won't listen to doctors and take his meds. And he needs to follow through with what the doctors are telling him to help his health. He won't do it. Where was I going with this? It was just, and this has been a while, and I can't attribute it to anyone intuitive, so forgive me. This is not my original thought. That's all I'm saying. Is that the stress of all these court cases was just going to be a huge burden to him. He can't keep up with all of it. He's a 78-year-old man in lousy shape with lousy health, a family history of dementia, who's lived a fantasy world his entire life. He's under all sorts of pressure from all sorts of different court cases. He's under financial pressure for financial convictions and rape convictions that in defamation lawsuits that he's lost. He's got all these investigations into all these acts that he's done. It's got to be an absolute pressure cooker. And he's trying to run for the president of the United States, which apparently involved him this week only going to Montana to campaign against John Tester, who is not running for president of the United States, whose only crime seems to have been that he was on a panel that investigated Ronnie Jackson when Trump tried to elevate Ronnie Jackson to be the head of Veterans Affairs, and a bunch of reports came in from Ronnie Jackson's peers that Ronnie Jackson drank on the job, took Ambien on the job, and created a hostile work environment. And John Tester, who was not the Senate Majority Leader at the time, worked with the Senate Majority Leader, the Senate Majority Lead on that committee, to look into this. And they decided that no, these things happen. I mean, even the Navy court-martialed him and knocked him down from admiral to captain, Ronnie Jackson. And that's where we found out that Ronnie Jackson was prescribing pills to everybody. He was the Candyman, is what they were referring to him as. That was his nickname, because he was just offering pills like they were candy to people. And Trump is making it his personal vendetta to go after John Tester. This is the prelude of what a Trump administration would look like. Trump making J.D. Vance do all the work while he goes on his personal vendettas to take down people who betrayed him or did him wrong. This guy is going to have a health breakdown, probably a mental health breakdown. And it could spur on his dementia. It could cause a stroke. I'm not seeing much of the heart, the vascular stuff here. But, entertainment purposes only, these cards would make it seem like his health is bad, he's not listening to his doctors, and what he needs more than anything else is to listen to his doctors and get a ton of rest. I don't know how good what good that's going to do him, because he's got some court cases coming up. I'm sure Judge Merchan will give him an opportunity to cool his heels in prison. Nice easy time in prison. I suppose if he was really kind, he might sentence him to a mental health facility. It'd probably be easier to lock down a wing on a mental health facility for Trump, and he could get the mental health help that he needs. And he could just relax. Anyways, we will see. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.